Alright guys, the garden's in a bit of a weird situation, but we're gonna do a garden tour. Let's talk about it. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shamira Benson, one part of Team Benson, and today it's Sunday, so we are going to do a garden tour. Now my garden is kind of looking a hot mess right now, and it is because if you guys don't know, I'm a Jewish gardener, so I garden on the basis of like a 7-year cycle and what that kind of looks like. And we're at that time of the cycle where things look a little crazy because it's like it's too warm, it's not really that cold to kill off things, but it's too warm for some things to like grow, but then it's also too cold for some other things to grow, and things are just kind of looking crazy. So we have way more insect damage than we normally have, but then we also have a ton of like certain things that are just growing. Like we have like some bumper crops of things about to come in. So let's go on a tour, let's just talk about it, and let's just see what it's doing. Guys, we are gonna start out here, and it is so weird not having my arches covered with an Armenian cucumber, but hopefully soon they'll actually be covered with green beans. Now, I haven't had a good green bean season in forever, and as you guys can see, I have green beans in November, which also typically doesn't happen, and that's probably why I haven't had a good season. But these are looking really good. These ones are Kentucky Wonders, and they are climbing. They're making their climb, and they're looking good. So I have kind of high hopes for them. If the weather does stay the way that it is, we will be having a good green bean season finally. Our broccoli is looking good. I uncovered the broccoli. I don't know if that's going to be a bad choice. This is the first part of what I mean by the garden is going through the weird year. We have weeds. I never have weeds in my garden. Most people ask me if I even get weeds in my garden, and typically no. Most of the years in the 7-year cycle, I don't. But there is that wonky year. Sometimes it's a wonky 2 years where I get weeds after monsoon season, because monsoon season is late, but then the cold just doesn't really come in. Usually we get like a hailstorm that kind of cools down the joint, but it doesn't cool all the way down. Usually that happens a couple years into this cycle, but yeah, we have weeds now. So also slowly growing, we have our sweet peas, and then we have our early girl tomato that looks like it's finally gonna take off. Like it didn't get as much sun as it should have gotten in the beginning, so it was looking a little crazy, but it looks like it's finally taken off. The weather looks like it's gonna probably hold, so we'll be fine with that. And then over here is our evening primrose, looking beautiful, but look at all of these weeds. They're just everywhere. Now we have our poblano pepper. That is one of those crops that looks like it's gonna be a bumper crop. Like look at these peppers, guys, that are already on here. And these are some decent sized peppers. I'm hoping to get some really, really jumbo ones so I can make some stuffed peppers, but yeah, these are some pretty decent sized peppers, not looking bad. Pretty excited about this, and it also has a ton of like little baby ones on here too. So I think it's gonna be like a bumper crop. We also planted some garlic down here. So as you can see, that is starting to pop up. And then over here, we have our jalapenos that are really starting to come in again, which is good because Mr. Benson eats jalapenos like nobody's business. So it is a good thing that we have another year of a bumper crop of jalapenos, because guys, I can't even like can them or do anything with them. And you guys remember how many jalapenos I grew, but I can't even can them because he eats them so fast. Now, what I'm loving though are my serranos. This is another great serrano year, guys. Let me get around to the front of this plant, but it is covered in serranos. So we're gonna be harvesting a lot of these again. It's like every time I come out here, the serrano is just doing its own thing. Now we also have our black cherry tomato that is starting to grow all weird. So we need to get that one kind of hoisted up on the arch. We're taking down this pumpkin that's covered in powdery mildew, but yes, we have that, and we have a little basil right beneath it. Powdery mildew. That's another thing that we don't have in our garden normally, but we do during this time. Why I decided this was gonna be my pumpkin breakout year, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Now, I did finally remember to plant the garlic in the kids' garden bed. So I do have that going. It's looking pretty good. All of it seems to be popping up, which is nice. And then our like little green beans that were over here are doing fine, you know? I need to get the green beans off of them, but they're doing fine. What I think is starting to do a lot better though is our suyu cucumbers. Now, these ones I was expecting to do way better than they're doing right now, but they are kind of doing like a slow situation going on. Look at all those poblano peppers doing great. So we'll see how this goes. This little section is kind of doing its own thing. Over here we have some parsley and we have some sweet mint right there. And then we have our big indigo right here. Guys, our indigo is officially taller than me now. See that? Not as tall as the mulberry, but it is officially taller than me. But both trees are doing really good. Really need to get those out on the land and out of those pots. Now moving along down here, we have our cabbages, which I took their little trash can off of, and I'm hoping that wasn't a mistake. Checking the leaves. Now there were some issues. Nope, I see callipita poop. See poop. But I'm not seeing the caterpillar. There was a bird out here earlier that was eating all of the insects, so hopefully it got this one. But they're doing okay. We have some potatoes over here. We have potatoes there, there, and there. They're all looking great. I need to hill them up a little bit more, but they're all looking great. We have our sweet banana peppers. Now these ones look a little bit stunted, but that's a sweet banana pepper, and so is that one. They also look like they're getting attacked. Well, at least that one got attacked a little bit. Now our sweet red marconis are doing quite well. Nope, still can't find the insects. So I think the bird kind of took care of those things. But these are sweet marconis. They're getting nice and tall. We also have our big beefsteak tomatoes. Look at this, guys. This I'm excited about because I see tomatoes and I cannot wait to have a whole ton of tomatoes. And if you look really far in there, you will also see our leeks growing. They're not growing like great, but they are growing. So that's a win. That one may not be surviving, but that one looks okay. Now guys, the leeks were something like an experiment. I have a hard time growing leeks from seed. Like they just never really grow. Like they get like little spirally, but they never really grow. So I planted some leeks that I had bought that we had used, and I sprouted them, or I grew some roots on them. They were doing really great, but I don't know if this was a bad spot or what. And also I never thinned those tomatoes that were in here, so it could just be a bad spot. Now what's slowly starting to make its way back are the devastations that were my green stalks. Now the nice part is that these will just they'll grow back. So right now it looks crazy because they got attacked. I am gonna come out and thin them and get all of these dead leaves off, or these eaten leaves off, but I wanted them to grow in a couple leaves before taking all of their leaves so that then they can photosynthesis. Not sure what this is, but that didn't get attacked. I think it might be some form of a cabbage, like a Chinese cabbage. Also, same thing up here. Maybe some of these didn't get it. Nope, that one got attacked. But I'm not sure what these are. It look kind of starting to look like a bok choy. So we'll see. Usually our Asian greens don't get attacked that much. Guys, look at this poor plant. Ugh, just covered in things. Yeah, my greens are getting devastated this year. We also have Yuli, our grapevine, which lost a lot of leaves during the hailstorm, but it's doing okay. Now over here in this green stalk, same thing, some devastation down there on our dinosaur kale. It's not looking great, but we also have a lot of empty spots. I think I'm going to throw some herbs in here because my herbs seem to be doing really good during this time and with this kind of a season. So I think I'm going to do that. The lettuce, on the other hand, just looks gross. It looks really gross. It almost makes me want to completely pull it and then just try again because it looks gross. But that looks absolutely beautiful. And so does my curry tree. My curry tree is looking nice as well. So guys, typically how it goes is I will have an amazing bumper crop of something and it'll do really, really good. And then the following year, it's just not the time for it. Like, it's like the season changes and it just changes for the worse. And so I have like my greens, like we still have greens in the freezer from last year's harvest, and they are just not doing great this year. So I'm gonna keep working with them, keep kind of spraying them down, trying to get the aphids and the insects off. Got a little hummingbird out here, but we're gonna see how it goes and just try and hope for the best. You guys wanna know what I use for pest control? That little guy right there, because it eats insects. Don't you, little hummingbird? See how these hummingbirds harass me? I don't have their feeders out because I thought that they would be solid and moving on to somewhere else, but no, apparently they don't want to go to like Brazil or something where it's warm, so they are up here with us still. So now for the really devastating part, my pumpkin. So guys, we have powdery mildew this whole way, and that one little pumpkin that I had faith in now looks like that. So this whole thing is coming out. I need to put on some gloves and just really come in here and get it, and then I probably need to cover this soil with like a tarp or something and let it bake for a day, because yeah, I haven't had a infestation this bad in years. Like, this is gross. This is like a whole situation going on, guys, and it actually did some crazy things to some of my spinach down here with one of my marigolds. So yeah, we need to go ahead, we need to get this out. I just haven't wanted to touch it because it looks gross. Now over here, our celery is doing quite well. It's finally starting to get a little bit bigger and taller. So these ones all but one of them took when I separated them out. So they're doing really good. Our zucchini is also covered in powdery mildew, but it has one zucchini on it that I'm just waiting for it to be done. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take this one too. And I don't know what else I'm gonna put over there. Maybe some carrots or something, but yeah. Tomato alley is doing quite well. We have one here, we have one there that, yeah, this one is covered with aphids because they're all in the zucchini. So I'm gonna get a hose and I'm gonna rinse this one and move this one until I cut down that zucchini plant. Same thing with this one. And then we also have tomatoes here, here, and here. These ones are aroma tomatoes. Yeah, these squash plants are disappointing, guys. Guys, I'm not gonna do anything to like overspray my garden or anything like that. Yes, I have a small space garden, which means when I get an infestation of something, there's an infestation of it. But if I take out the root of the problem, which is going to be these two plants, and I treated the plant just by spraying it down with water like the tomatoes that are beneath it, then we're gonna be able to get control over it. But I have to do that soon, like really soon, in order for that control to happen. Also, this means that I'm not composting any of these, and I'm also not using any of this stuff for mulch. So this is just gonna go straight in the burn pile. Now also below it, we have a habanero, which it looks like something tried to eat, but then probably realized, oh, that's hot. We have a whole little group of new plants, new things that we're gonna be putting into the garden. We're keeping them right here in the middle. There are some trees as well that we're just keeping everything in the middle until I can get control over what's going on in the garden. All the things that I was gonna plant out, I just held off on planting those things out. But some more greens, some cabbages, some figs, some marigolds. These ones are moringa trees. All of that. We have some Swiss chard, some parsley, a lot of stuff over here. But yeah, it's healthy where it's at right now, so I'm just gonna leave it right here for right now. Over here in our Vego cascading garden bed, we have our onions at the top, which are doing pretty well, and then below it we have our sage and some rosemary. We have parsley, our basil. Look at the basil starting to come back. We also have some cilantro right here. We have some oregano, thyme, dill, and I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's all that's in here. We have a mint that's starting to slowly come back. And then we have another parsley over here that's doing really well. And we have some beautiful marigolds down here that have been attracting butterflies. And then we have a little packet of radishes that just don't seem to be bulbing up, but actually they're getting a little bit bigger. And then lastly, over here in our mess, we have some Tabasco peppers growing, which I need to harvest. And then we have some potatoes right here, which need a sunnier spot. All right, guys, and that is the garden. I'm gonna try and get this video edited because it is Sunday night. So I'm gonna try and get it edited and up by the same 6 o'clock time. If it is later, I'm sorry, that's my bad. But I'm also going to start getting out a lot of these unhealthy plants because I don't want my garden to be unhealthy. So tomorrow morning, I know what I'm doing, and that is cleaning up the garden. So until next time, I hope that you guys are growing yourselves amazing gardens, planting everything. I'm going to be planting some more stuff, but first we have to get it healthy. So until next time, guys, grow yourselves a garden because even a small space can provide you with tons of food. Bye, guys.